I've lost a brother, I've lost a sister, and when I lost my sister, I got mad and kind of walked away from God. I everything I did, kind of like what you and I talked about earlier. I mean, Satan, he's there every time. He didn't want us to get close. And every time I would start to get close, something horrific in my life would happen. Our house burned down. Well, I'm new at this. I thought, why is God letting this stuff happen? And then my grandfather passed away. Then I lost my sister, and I got more. I guess it was more. I was afraid to get close to God because every time I would get close, something horrific happened. And it took me a long time. We moved to the West Coast, and I raised my family out there till my kids were in grade school. And then I knew I had to move us back to the Midwest. We needed to be closer to family. And I kept getting closer and closer to back to God because he moved us to Washington. It was his plan. When I got out there, my life changed completely. My family, me and my kids and my wife, we grew very strong. We met some people that we felt like God put in front of us, and I got into the music out there. And when we moved back to Indiana, I wanted to I didn't move right back in with all my family. I moved about an hour and a half away because I wanted them to have to call me if they were gonna visit.
That kind of family, huh?
Right. I love them all, but,
Yeah,
I didn't wanna be next door anymore.
I hear
And,
you.
then right after we moved back here, my, uh, cousin passed away. She was Down syndrome, and she'd lived a lot longer than they thought she would, but she passed away. Well, my faith held me pretty strong there, but my uncle, the one that I talked about earlier, he it was his daughter. He got angry, and here I was, the one talking back to him saying, trying to bring him around. And because I believe Charlotte, my cousin, was probably a true life angel on this earth. I've never in my life met anyone that touched as many people as she did. She was just an amazing person. And they raised her as just a regular child. She went to school. She graduated high school. She had a job. She was a very strong person. And then within within the first year that we moved back to Indiana, 9 people in our family, between me and my wife, passed away.
Golly.
And my brother was one of them. He was murdered. And for the first time in my life, I felt what anxiety was. My wife has had some traumatic things in her life, and I just never understood it. I always thought, if you've got a problem that's bothering you, fix it and and don't dwell on it. And anxiety, I had no idea what that was until my brother passed away. And all the deaths in my life that I thought I'd handled came back, and I
Mhm.
lost my mind. I truly lost my mind. I was afraid to leave my kids alone. I had to take them to school. I had to pick them up and bring them home. And my job, I traveled all over the United States, and I couldn't leave home. And every time I would ask God and say, I need help. I can't handle this. It wouldn't go away. Would not, nothing. And I thought, "God, I'm asking for your help." And I learned later he was waiting on me to give it all up. I was holding on to it.